Hello, I'm Jim Harter. I'd like to give this presentation to show an example of how AFGROW Spectrum Manager could be used to create a usage spectrum for, in this case, my personal T-18 airplane, but I hope these steps that I show you here could be helpful to you. In March of 2017, I found this airplane in California, Apple Valley Airport, put it together, get it in the air. So we hauled it back, how it looked. So that was the state it was in. So some reassembly was definitely required. I ended up finding some details I really wanted to fix. So here you see an example of some double drill holes in the aft bulkhead that I really didn't want to keep there. And I built a new fin, and then I had to then build a fiberglass cap on top of the fin. And on the right you can see the wing being installed on the airplane, and you can see how the outer wing attaches to the inner wing. Now, redid the instrument panel completely to allow room for radios and transponders. Load in that lower lug fin you see there in the picture, that's my critical point I was looking at in this case. That wing attach for the outer wing, you can calculate the force, total force, as a running load, then calculate the outer lifting moment, and then the lower bolt shear. So you have the shear and the moment to calculate what the total load is in that lower pin. Now here's a more simplified picture calculating that pin load using the wing shear, and then the moment we calculate the total load, and then we can relate that right back to G loading if you know what the weight of the airplane is. In the airplane, you insert the thumb drive into the system. You download the information as comma separated variable files, which will go right into Excel, and then you have the data in Excel. Then I wrote a script to extract the data I needed to calculate the loads, and then read that in the Spectrum Manager, cycle count the information, and then go into AFGROW and do the life prediction. We go through and take that information, you put it into AFGROW, and we'll use the lug model, and then we'll set the spectrum multiplication factor to 1 because we actually have the loads, the actual bearing loads in the spectrum, and then you'll see the residual strength requirement that we talked about earlier. Finally, first flight after the reconstruction was August 19th, 2023. My oldest is a airframe and power plant mechanic, so he was able to come out and look over all my work, make sure that everything was safe, and sign me off as airworthy, and then he became a crew member on their first flight. I'll show a video of the first flight.